Ms. Vibha Dhawan, Director General TERI, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. A very good morning to you all. It is a great privilege to address the important event, National Conference of COP26 Charter of Actions. I am happy to see the Energy and Resource Institute, popularly named as a TERI, work in preparing for COP26 Charter of Action. The document has taken a holistic approach touching upon issues closely aligned with India's priority areas, including on issues related to equity, energy, climate finance, adaptation and resilience, business and industry, and clean transport, all of which are important areas of drive climate action as far as India is concerned. I am confident that this initiative will provide direction for charting a course of equitable and sustainable climate action in India and for the world. Climate change is a defining issue confronting humanity right now. The impact of climate change are being felt in globally. The need of the hour is a comprehensive set of actions within socio-economic and developmental context to deal with the issue of climate change. Concreted actions are needed in terms of cooperation between all countries, especially with developed countries taking a lead in climate action through mitigation, adaptation and providing support to developing countries in terms of climate finance, capacity building and technology transfer. The recently released report by IPCC has sounded alarm bells louder than ever, and it is a clarion call for the developed countries to undertake immediate deep emission cuts. India is committed constituent to the UNFCCC and Paris Agreement, and I am hopeful for a successful balanced outcome of COP26. India has taken several actions under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji to tackle climate change by taking several initiatives including inter alia implementation of National Action Plan on Climate Change, National Adaptation Fund on Climate Change, Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicle in India scheme, setting up of International Solar Alliance, coalition of our disaster resilience infrastructure, leadership group of industry transition, and putting in place an ambitious national hydrogen mission and continuing effort to decouple its emission from economic growth. India has an aspirational target of installing 450 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2030. Indian Railways has set a target to becoming net zero carbon emitter by 2030. At the same time, ambitious climate action in developing countries is dependent on enhanced support for developed countries under the Paris Agreement. India has repeatedly called upon the developed countries to fulfill their promise of $100 billion per year goal. In this regard, COP26 should focus on climate finance in scope, scale and speed, along with development transfer of technologies and capacity building support. Developing countries are highly vulnerable to climate change impacts. India's large population is dependent on climate sensitive sector for their livelihood. The fight against climate change cannot be undertaken by the government alone. Private sector companies should be encouraged in developing breakthrough technologies and mobilizing finance. Equity and climate justice are touchstone of any global climate response. Mechanisms such as long-term strategies and global stocktake have to duly account for adaptation, finance, technology and equity consideration. I thank you for your kind attention. Thanks.